How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Prime Energon, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Aerialbot Silverbolt. We will be combining him into Superion. Silverbolt is a great figure, and he's great on his own, but of course this is what you're paying for, is this big chunk of stuff. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So here we got Silverbolt, Transformers Age of the Primes, 3 out of 5. To form Superion, he will transform in 44 steps. We got some nice artwork of Silverbolt in robot mode and plane mode, along with air raid and slingshot in the background. Where are the other Aerialbots? I do not know. Over here, Commander class. This is my first Commander class that I've ever gotten, so that's pretty exciting. Silverbolt on the side. Going on over to the back, we get Superion with slingshot and air raid attached to him, and then we get Silverbolt in his plane mode, super jet mode, regular jet mode, battle, whatever station mode he is, and regular robot mode. Transformers Age of the Prime, some stuff up here. Taking a closer look at Silverbolt. So here we go. Fantastic figure. Love the way he looks. He looks very G1-y, and I definitely love it. Here is the head sculpt. Got a nice silver face with some nice blue eyes. Now this piece, this little cap, does extend over, so it creates a little bit of a shadow. You can barely see his eyes in some moments, but there is the head sculpt looking really, really nice. You got Aerialbot symbol right there off to the side. Some nice gray and red plastic. Hardly any paint on here. It's all going to be made out of plastic, just because you don't want the paint chipping, you know, when he's combining into Superion. Taking a look at his chest, looking really nice. His torso. Taking a look at his side skirts right there. Arms looking really good with little faux air fin right there. Wings on the shoulders. Taking a look at the arms. Some nice paneling detailing. So he does look pretty good. Taking a look at the inside of the arm. Again, some nice detailing right there. Does come with several blasters. Taking a look at the inside of the wings. They're hollow, but they're detailed really nice. I'm glad they did that. And they are articulated. And taking a look at the legs. Nicely done as well. Nicely filled in. You get some nice red on the back. A little bit of a hollow spot on the back right there, but not too serious. Sort of this mustard goldy yellow for the legs and the arms up here. The arms are a little bit hollow on the bottom. Just keep that in mind. And taking a look at the feet. Now the feet do look kind of funny. They look a little flat. This is how they look, but then you're supposed to fold out the heel spur. So it's a little bit stubby on the front, and then a little bit flat on the side. But it is what it is. He does stand up pretty well. These are the connectors for Superion, so they have to be pretty strong and stubby, I guess. Here he is on the side profile. You get most of jet mode on the backpack. Taking a look at the back right here. Again, looking really good. A lot of nice paneling for jet mode. Aerialbot symbols. You'll see those when he's transformed into Concorde mode. So as far as articulation goes, head is on the ball. This does like to come undone sometimes, the chest. Head is on the ball. Can look up, can look down, side to side, all the way around. Arms can go all the way out. If you move the wing out of the way, they can go all the way around. You get a bicep rotation. Over 90-degree bend at the bicep. Waist rotation. Very stiff waist rotation. There we go for that. I don't know. Good luck with that. That's one stiff boy. You got these little skirts you can move out of the way. They kick up front. Ratchet it. Kick out back. Can do the splits. So yay for splits. Get ankle tiltage. Feet can go forward, and that's it. Pretty much is forward. And you also do get an heel spur on there as well. No articulation in the hands. They can go in and out. And of course the wings can go back or forward as well. So there you go for articulation of this guy. So bringing in all the other Aerialbots that we have so far. Here we go. We got air raid and we have slingshot for a nice little family portrait right there. Still waiting on the other two. which hopefully we get those towards the end of the year. But yeah, this is what we got so far. We got Air Raid, Silverbolt, and Slingshot. So all the other kibble that we got is just a bunch of kibble. This is it. A big old chunk of stuff that we get in the box, which is legs, arms, and torso for Superion. And you're supposed to put the gun on here just like that. And he's supposed to be a battle station. That's what you could do. That's what they want you to do with that. And yeah, I think it's dumb. But hey, whatever. We need all these pieces for Superion. So let's go ahead and transform him into jet mode, shall we? And then take a look at what we have so far for Superion. So you're going to want to open up the chest and pull out Superion's head and rotate it around. That way it's facing backwards. And then you're going to want to flick in the wrists, flick up the arms, and then while you close all this in, you're going to want to rotate the arms as well to where they're going to be facing out, just like that. You can see, arms facing out. And then now we can flick in the head and close the chest back up. Now going on over to the feet, we're going to flick in the heel spurs, flick the feet up, rotate, and start bending at the upper joint, not the lower joint, but the upper joint, to bend his feet up. And of course, this is going to go right into that notch, just like that. And it will snap into place. Again, rotate, bend, and put it into that notch. And there you go for that. Close the wings down. They will tab in. Flick open this little wing tip. And then now we could unlatch the airplane nose cone and bring that all the way up like so. We could bring back the back, and this will just accordion out and go into place, just like so. And then now we could align all of this. You're going to get these two tabs. They're going to go right into there. And there you go for that. We're going to open up the top part, bring out the nose cone. Close that back up. Flick open his landing gear, which is very, very loose landing gear. His hip skirts are going to fold out as well to become other little landing gears. And there you go for jet mode for Silverbolt. Looking quite nice. Again, just like any other jet former, you have the entire robot on the bottom, which looks kind of silly, and you have Superion's head on the bottom, but they made it look like he has little blasters or something. And the feet are just hanging there. It does not look the greatest. You can maybe floop them up front to maybe do that, but it's really not the greatest. Underneath, up top, looks fantastic. You got some nice detailing for the windows. Going all the way forward, you could do the little Concorde thing, dip the nose. Taking a look at the cockpit, looking quite nice. Nice paneling for jet mode. And yeah, that is pretty much it. You can store your weapon on the bottom, which I forgot to take a look at. This is one of the weapons. This is going to be Silverbolt's weapon. You could store that on the bottom. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at Superjet mode, including all of this junk right here. Alright, so here we got a comparison of all three of these guys in their jet form. We got Silverbolt in the middle, we got Air Raid, and we got Slingshot. And let's go ahead and check them out. So as far as comparing them, here we go. As far as size-wise, Silverbolt, definitely the biggest. There's Air Raid, and then here is Slingshot. Now, a cool thing that you can do with this big old chunk of kibble is you can go ahead and remove this part right here. And as we all know, this is going to be the rear part of Superjet mode. So just extend these clips out just like that. We're going to go on over here to Silverbolt. We're going to fold down this piece right here. You could either have it folded down or not. It's up to you. Lift up the wings, and then all of this is going to slide onto the back, just like that. And then this will clip on there the best you can. And there you go for super jet mode. Now you can have this facing up if you want to. You could do that. And the cool thing you could do about this is, I know the original G1 toy had Silverbolt forming like landing gear for the other Aerialbots. Well, this doesn't exactly do that. You can post them on the back over here if you wanted to. It's not exactly the greatest fit in the world, but Slingshot does snap on, and you could have air raid just like that on the back of Silverbolt. So there you go for an alt mode if you want to do it. Alright, so let's get this guy into combine mode. So let's go ahead and prep Silverbolt here. So you're just going to fold in his landing gear, fold in these tips for the wings, bring these back, and it's best to start while he's in alt form just because it's a little bit easier, and he's pretty much already done as Superion. And then we're just going to rotate his head around just like that. And coming on over to the back, we're going to want to lift up this tail and accordion it up to where it's snapped like so. We can take off his gun, flip the nose cone inward, and collapse all of this per usual. And this is going to just snap into the back just like that. And there you go. The combined mode. We got the torso, Superion's head, and his shoulders. So we're going to take this piece off. Well, it already came off. This is going to be the torso and the legs. And pretty much just flick this up like so. Bring down the legs. And you're going to want to rotate these pieces to where they're facing backwards on here, just like that. And flick this tab to where it pegs into the back. And then flick this. You get some tabs are going to go into those square pieces right there. And there you go. Flick this back down. Another locking point back here. And locking point. Flick the wings out. And there you got the legs and the torso for Superion. So that's fantastic. Now let's go and break apart this. Breaks apart in 4 different pieces. Each one is going to have an arm, and each one is going to have a leg. And here we got one leg. We're going to flick open this piece. You get this little latch that you're going to push in, and that will lock this into place. And flick the foot down, and you can tell which side is right and left by the tiltage of the foot. And we're going to do the arm. Leave the arm for now, because this is going to be this side for the arm. Do the next leg. Flick this out. Lock it into place. Flick that out. And these are supposed to go folded in, but I kind of like them out just because it gives it a little bit of a heel for Superion, and it just makes them a little bit more stable. And then there is the other side. And let's go ahead and go on over to this side. And you could tell that these fins face downward. And we're going to go ahead and put Slingshot on this side. You're going to get these 2 pegs going to go right into those slots. And then this little black piece is going to go right into that slot that separates Slingshot. You just want to push down snugly on here, and then you will be able to just break this apart. It takes a little finagling. There we go. And then now we could extend this. Peg that into place. Extend this. Extend and peg that into place. And there you go for the arm. Flick open the wings. Now you could do these either like this or outward, depending on what you prefer. And here we go for one side. And of course this side requires the other Aerialbots that we do not have. So we're just going to extend this out. Peg into place. Extend this out. And peg into place, and there is the other arm. Now we can get them situated. Slide in through the back. That's one leg. Slide into the back. That's another leg. Slot that into place. And slot that into place. And there we go. Now we got air raid, which we're going to bring in. And he's going to go on this side. The same side as slingshot. And you're going to get these two pegs are going to go right down here at the bottom. And it's going to push this piece to close those doors. So we're just going to go ahead and slot them in. Can be a little annoying. And there you go. Doors are closed. And there you go for Superion. And there you go for Superion. Needs two more to be complete on this side and on the bottom side, of course. But this gives you an idea on how he looks. And he looks fantastic. I love how the arm looks. Okay, it's going to look even better with the other side filled in. Now this, it's a little subjective. It does stick out from the back a little bit too much. And here are those heel spurs that I like just because it has a little bit more stability. So I like to keep these out to give him heel spurs. So let's take a closer look at Superion's head. Looking really, really nice. So of course the back of it does have landing gear, but yeah. Really nice head sculpt. Silver for the face. Red for the eyes. Nice little helmet, looking really good. And this is part of Silverbolt's chest. And here we go for Superion's chest. Taking a look at the crotch area right here. You do get these little hip skirts to go in and out. Very nicely done. Again, a little bit of paint. A lot of this is going to be just regular gray plastic with red paint. But I think this part is painted right there. All of this is going to be the paint right here with this sort of mustard goldy color. Matches the plastic quite well. Taking a look at the inside of the legs. Nice paneling work. There is air raid. Taking a look at the back. Cleans up pretty nicely. You could either have these wings splayed out or you could have them inwards like that, depending on how you prefer it. It's supposed to be splayed out like so. But then again, you get that on the back. Not too much kibble. I think Devastator looks a little bit more worse with that kibble on the back, but still very nice. These you could either fold in or fold out. I like to have them out just to give it a little bit cooler. Now articulation for Superion head is on the ball joint. Can look down, up, and all the way around. A little bit of side to side. Arms can go all the way around on ratchets, and they do hold up for the most part. So, for the most part, they hold up. You do get a ratcheted bicep. Bends at about 90. You do also get a rotation at that bicep. The wrists, you get a rotation at the wrist. Fingers do not open and close. You get a waist joint. Legs can kick all the way out, so you can do the splits. You get a upper thigh rotation. Can kick all the way forward. And the joints are pretty strong on there. Can kick all the way back. Bend at the knee. And you also do get ankle tiltage. So yeah, there you go for Superion. Cleaning up quite nicely and coming together quite nicely. We just need the other two Aerialbots to complete him. Cannot wait. My first combiner is going to be Superion. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. That's quite alright. And I will see you next time here on Prime Energon. Peace.